Hey, what's up guys? Meet Samsung's new beast, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Yeah, I know you must have heard a lot about this device, but hey, I must point out that it is really expensive. Of course, it is Samsung's most expensive smartphone right now, with its price ranging at around 420,000 naira, which is 1,153 US dollar equivalent. So Samsung knew that for a phone that is this expensive, it has got to be Ultra, if you know what I mean. So they threw all the high-end specs and biggest numbers that you can get on a smartphone in this device. 108 megapixel camera, Snapdragon 865, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of UFS 3.0 storage, 5000 mAh battery, 100x zoom, 1440 high resolution, 120 Hz high refresh rate, 5G 6.9-inch display, 45-watt fast charging. Man, that's a whole lot of numbers. Marcus Brownlee saw this and he was like, this is the attack of numbers. And of the truth, it is. These are really great specs on paper, but the big question is, does it really translate well to practical usage? Do you really need these big numbers? My answer to that is, it depends on what you do with your smartphone. But the truth is, you're not going to be needing every of these specs. I don't know what you're going to be doing with 100 times zoom. I don't know how many apps you're going to need to run on the background that will make you need a 16 gigs of RAM. Did you know that the Infinix Hot 6 that most people in Nigeria still use ships with a 16 gigs of internal storage? And that phone is barely 2 years old. So I'm not trying to say that you don't need the S20 Ultra, but I'm just helping you see the magnitude of the specs that you get on the S20 Ultra. Alright? Also, I must say that the variant of the S20 that comes with the Snapdragon 865 chipset gets shipped to only the US, while the global variant that is shipped to every other part of the world comes with the Exynos 990 chipset. So if you live in Nigeria like me, sorry, you ain't getting the Snapdragon 865 chipset, alright? And I must add that the variant that I have here has a 12 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs UFS 3.0 internal storage. So the rest of the aforementioned specs remain the same on this device. So you're gonna get a gaming beast of this device. It has an under-display fingerprint scanner which is of the same quality of last year's S series. So you get the high refresh rate of 120 Hz, high resolution of 1440p, but bear it in mind that the S20 Ultra is by default set to 60 Hz and 1080p resolution out of the box. So you by yourself have to set it to 120 Hz and 1080p resolution, or 60 Hz and 1440p high resolution. So you don't have the option to use the 120 Hz and 1440p resolution at the same time. You have to give up a high refresh rate for a higher resolution, or a higher resolution for a high refresh rate. Alright, I think Samsung made it that way so as to prolong battery life, but hey, you're paying so much for this smartphone, so why can't you get the maximum performance that it has to offer? Perhaps they could leave the option there and leave a warning like, this is a battery draining feature and all that. So I hope they could fix this with a software update, right? This is just the first impression of the S20 Ultra and not really an in-depth review, so I didn't test these cameras. Meanwhile, the specs on paper says it is 108 megapixel main camera, 48 MP telephoto, 12 MP ultra wide camera and a depth vision camera, while the selfie camera is a 48 MP punch hole camera. You can check out Marcus Brownlee's review of the S20 Ultra if you want an in-depth review of the cameras on this device. There you should learn all you need to know about the cameras straight from the horse's mouth. So that is it for the first look and impressions on the S20 Ultra. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. My name is Peace and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.